in one way or another that it's as you think you are. I mean, how simple could it be? And all you have to do is just look at your self-talk. You're suggesting to yourself, and then kind of think about it. Well, is this suggestion taking me where I want to go, or is it leading me off into more and more problems? You see, you're creating your own problems. We call them monsters. You're creating monsters you can't handle, and then what do? You go crying to God. And he's telling you, whoa, 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 I gave you choose. Why are you choosing that? Choose differently. Yeah, I mean, what else could he tell you? Because he gave you choose this day. You're on. Suck it up and get it on. You're in charge. You're claiming. What are you claiming? You know, people are claiming my this and my that. Well, why? Why are you bonding with these nonsense ideas? I did, and I paid for it too. Yeah, see, but it's sometimes you see you think you really know, but really there's another step yet, and I'll take that next. How long it takes you to? Oh, that's strictly up to you. How long it takes you? I mean, believe me, there are those who have seen the centuries go by, and you may be one of them, unaware, because that's the whole problem, being unaware of what you're talking to yourself about. Not what we're only telling you that you're on all the time, and we're telling you that the beginning of knowledge is the fear of God. But that means that all it's telling you is that he means what he says. Wouldn't you believe that? So here you are now. You're given choose this day. What are you choosing? I mean, he says choose this day. And that's God saying that. Choose. Choose better. If it's a choice, why not? I mean, kind of given freedom, aren't you? Understand? So subconscious mind does not decide what should be and shouldn't be. It just makes whatever you deliver to subconscious mind as your model, that's what she works upon, good or otherwise, never questioning it, just making it so. It's just your life, you know. Why not start investing on your own life? I mean, hey, if you think of all the things you think about it, and all of them are out there, you're just dumping more into la la land there. It's not real. It's virtual reality, and what you see going on out there, filling up all them slots at the funeral home on the property there, and and that's what you got to look forward to until you understand that the God who created you has also taken care of all the faults that you've created. You see, he's already done that. This he's the God of the living, not the dead. You see, nothing dies really. I mean, body dies because that's a thing, and he's all things to all. So this goes too. But spirit, and that's what you are. If you haven't gotten that out of your religion, we'll move along quickly because you are spirit. I mean, what would be the purpose of this whole this mirage? You know, he He created man in his own image. Imagining. That's what God is. He is imagination in you. Paul said it, do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you? See, in you. He doesn't say with you. See, that would be a separation. With you. In you. Is you. And he's given you his created, choose this day. And then took his sleep and he says, and the people are crying, arouse thyself, O Lord, why sleepest thou? Why? Because this guy, he's too busy thinking about the wrong things, and it's tough to try to wake up from what he's doing. But eventually he will, and you will too, all of you will eventually too. But I had that begs the question, what are you waiting for? I mean, what you're being offered here is better life. I mean, moment by moment, a better life. That's what you have the ability to claim. It's right with you all the time. And all you have to do is just turn to it. See? And if you'll do the little turning to it, it's mixed with all sorts of feelings at first, but eventually, if you just keep repeating the same thing over and over, the opposition just kind of falls away. I mean, it must, because I was familiar with what was to be falling away, and I would keep pulling it back. See, that's one of the reasons why I really don't really care to expose myself to things, because you see, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. I'm no different than you. Just another stumblebum here doing the best I can do. And that's all anybody can do, is the best they can do. But if you'll do that best, you see, it will grow. But if you do that negative, it'll grow also. See, and the thing of it is, there always seems to be more people witnessing to the negative than there is to the positive. Why is that? Well, because they've gotten some sort of a mysterious idea that feeling good about yourself and thinking highly of yourself is some kind of mental disease. And it isn't. It's the mental disease you're already playing with that blocks you from finding the one you want to play. And if you don't choose your parts, well, the whole environment will choose it for you. And you have to question, is it in my interest what they're choosing for me? And I find it, no, actually it isn't. You see, because they had ideas about things that they knew nothing about at all, but just because they were in high office, they had passed laws against this and against that, that totally senseless, not thought out at all, and not examined, not actually tested to see what the results would be for doing these things. Yeah, that's another whole subject. No, I've been down that road too many times, and it doesn't feel right. I might have to have some coffee here. Oh, it's okay. It's kind of cold, but it still has an effect.
That's what's important.
Yeah, I heard you then. Yeah. Now, all I can really say to you is everything you've ever wanted has been nearer than hands and feet. You understand? In other words, it's in the theater of mind that you find what you're looking for, but you have to show up to look for it. You have to take the time to look for it. You see, because if you're not looking for it, it can't happen in your world. You're told you receive not because you ask not. And that was the only people want to know, well, how did you know this? Because of a revelation. That was all. I got a revelation. And then because I got I went looking for more and more. You see, and that's what it does. It's a hunger to know first person, and when you suddenly get a piece of information that you really hadn't had any conscious thought about, but yet it improves your life almost immediately, and it will because you get hungrier and hungrier to know because you're being offered everything you're trying to seek to find. You're being offered every moment, but you have to turn to it. You have to start thinking from it. See, your focus is you're praying ceaselessly. Hello, that was a wake-up call, and that's what it is. Arouse thyself, O Lord. Why sleepest thou? Why keep dreaming the dream? When in the Father's house, we're told, are many mansions, many mansions. Choose. That's all you have to do. Pick one out and choose it. It's just a different state of consciousness, that's all. I mean, you're conscious, well, supposedly so anyway. But you're conscious enough to get yourself in trouble. So you're conscious. It's just that what you don't understand is that you get out of the problem the same way you got into it. Thinking makes it so. Thoughts are things. See, get that in your head a little bit. Thoughts are things. If you don't want to see it in your world, then don't sit and think about it. And what do? Worry, worry, worry. And then what you worry about, you bring about. So, and then you have to really find those whom you can blame for it. Otherwise, you'll have to see it's me. See, like I say, I still, who wrote Pogo?
Walt Kelly.
And he said, I found the enemy and he is I. You see, that's what you're really looking for. You're looking for the enemy in you who is denying you, and it's you. It's you who's denying yourself. You see, you're told to go in the silence, be still, and know that I'm God. Well, do you know God? No, you're told he gave you an invitation. Just turn to me and I'll turn to you. So it's a done deal on his side. He's already said yes. And he's always saying yes to what you think feelingly about, even though it may be the most destructive thing going on. Because he gave you choose this day. I had a half a dozen of Neville's tapes, and I listened to them at least one every night for years before it actually touched base. I began thinking differently. The importance of having a CD, because what has your focus has your life. Think about it. We're not asking you to join anything, but you have to have the CDs. You have to have the DVDs. You have to listen to them. It's you training this. Listen, listen, listen.
But as Mr. Lindell stated, you have to listen to them repeatedly. And again, for those who are interested, click the link below and it will take you to the 4 CD set, and you'll be able to transform not only your mind, but your world.